2019, 1:37 p.m. Eastern Time, BTC 7157 on Binance, right? So, but little low on Bitstamp and BYBIT, right? 7134. So you just gotta understand, like when market is selling off, BYBIT and Bitstamp, they usually got a better, not better, but a lower prices, right? So in today's content, we're gonna talk about BTC, Ethereum, and Ripple XRP mostly, right? And also Litecoin and so on, right? So we're gonna start off with a lower degree, as you guys can see it on the screen. A couple of days ago, I gave you a big warning. We talked about the possible head and shoulder. You guys could be anticipating, and I was like, just be careful, because the overall structure is bearish. We might not even be able to make it all the way up to like a 81 to 7900. But even if the bulls manage to push the price up to like a 81 to 79 range, is going to be a heavy resistance, and in order to push price above this area, it is going to require a lot of volume, and we haven't been seeing like a big volume, enough volume to get a necessary breakout. On the Heikin candles, we're not getting any sign of reversal. As soon as we got this rejection the other day, we went live, and I explained to you guys on the lower degree, on the hourly. Let me just show you on the hourly. Let's add the volume. All right. As soon as we got that big rejection just about like a couple of days ago, and I was telling you guys this rejection is pretty significant. Even though it is a big tail, big wick, small body, you can see it like on the hourly. Whenever you get a search like a big tail, big wick, small body, and if you understand like how this rejection works, you can basically figure out like which direction we could be the price could be headed to, right? So similar move we got in this area. Okay, big move, like that was a Friday, I think, right? We got this big move, and then pushed to the upside, and then got another rejection right around like a Monday. Similar structure. So, but we just attempted to push, make another basically corrective move in this area, but got the fake out up to like a 7300 range, and got the a big rejection. Okay, a very big rejection. But it doesn't mean like we're gonna be basically selling off all the way down to like a 5500 and so on. Definitely we could be looking for either sideways correction very soon, or a possible fake out before further move to the upside, right? But the overall structure is bearish. It is just gonna be a noise. I wouldn't be worrying about too much, like about like a 7200, 7250 in that range, unless the volume is big enough to create some damage, right? So, but at least for the short term, market is pretty bearish. Nothing bullish about BTC. Okay, so let's take a look at the daily time frame. Daily, as we discussed on the daily, we're still moving within this channel with a WXY correction. We're still looking for BTC to complete this a part. It could be either a expanded let's see, let's get the error. It could be either, okay, it could make a descending triangle, right? I know some of you guys gonna tell me it's gonna be a fully wedge, but we could be making a descending triangle, similar move, just like what we did back in September and so on, right? So if we, like, let's say we make this descending triangle, most likely we're not even gonna get a chance to push back up, right? Because sometimes BTC doesn't make like a descending triangle with like a 5-way structure. It just gives you like a 3-way, 1, 2, 3, and a possible retest and a drop. So this one we got 1, 2, 3. Most likely we could be dropping, because this one is much smaller than the bigger descending triangle we made, and if we just gonna look for a 1-to-1 extension of the height, this area from the breakout target is roughly around like a 4600. So if we're gonna make a descending triangle, even though we're looking for 5500, and I was showing you like in my previous live stream, I was showing you guys why you know, 5k to 4200 is very important. The average is roughly around like a 46 to 45. It is very important. So this basically is a descending triangle we're making right now. It is basically confirming our theory, like we could be, you know, dropping all the way below, like all the way below 5500, all the way down to like a 5k area. But we're just gonna wait and see if like 5500 gonna hold. On top of that, we got this area of the third wave, right around this area, not third wave, but this area of 5k area was a very, you know, interesting area to keep an eye on, okay, which is like roughly 5500 to like a 4800 range. So it is something that we just have to keep in mind, just like what we said when BTC was above you know, 10k. We said like to pay attention to this area. Okay, you can see like we've been basically moving sideways within this area for almost like you know, 30 days. So we could be making another sideways correction within this range before like even like making another move. But the most probable scenario, at least for the short term, is 5500. Okay, 5500 is the most probable. If we break it, we're just gonna have to you know, look to the left and then look for support right around like a 46 to 4700 range, right? So hey, what's up, some guy? Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year to all of you guys. Some of you guys living like on the right side of the world. You're already in 2020, right? Like Australia and stuff like that, right? So we're living on the wrong side of the world. So Happy New Year. All right, make sure to hit the likes, MA642. So, and you know, subscribe and join our public Telegram group, right? So those of you guys, for those of you guys not in our public Telegram group, make sure to you know, join our public Telegram group. And if you want to upgrade to our premium member, you can basically upgrade to the premium member, right? If you decide to do so in 2020. 2020 gonna be a good year, guys. I've been bearish the second half of 2019. I was bullish, you know, guys. You guys remember December, January, February, all the way up to April. I was calling for a BTC breakout, right, to 10k. We got that. Okay, we got all from like a July to December. I've been calling for a BTC breakdown, right? BTC been dropping, so I'm calling for another impulse wave from BTC, guys. So I'm starting to be bullish. I'm not currently bullish, but I'm looking for a bottom formation before looking for another big move to the upside, right? This move, I don't expect it to be like a 2018 and so on, but we're gonna get a very we could be getting a very big move, right, to the upside. But let's wait and see if like volume gonna allow us to be bullish. As of now, the volume we're looking for, it is like a bearish volume. And if we get that bearish volume, like to capitulate this move and then give us another, you know, curvature move on volume, we're gonna be looking good. Okay, we're gonna be looking extremely good, at least for the first half of 2020 to like you know, the third quarter. Okay, we could be looking extremely good, just like this, guys. That's the type of curvature I'm looking for the volume to do in 2020, and we're gonna be looking extremely bullish, right? At least a 2x move from BTC, right? So gonna hit 16k. Hey, what's up, Jim? I mean, it's gonna be very interesting to see like a 16k, because the way I'm looking at the market right now, you're making me bullish now. 16k. I don't see anything above like above 11.5, but you know, the way I'm looking at the market right now, I like to take a look at the overall structure, like since like you know, 2014. And if we take a look at the structure from 2014 and so on, so if you take a look at the bigger picture, let's take a look at the BLX. Okay, I'm not sure if you watch like any of my videos like regarding the bigger picture. Since like you like Elliott, you do Elliott wave analysis, you can definitely see we got a 5-way structure to the upside, and we haven't seen a complete 3-wave move like this, right, to the downside. So it's even going to be very complicated, even if you're going to say like, oh, this wave, we're not even like making 3-wave, it is just impulse. So this wave going to be like this wave is like the entire it is the corrective wave of the entire move. I don't think it's big enough to be the corrective structure of the entire move, but we don't necessarily have to even break 3K. Really, we really don't have to break 3K. We can just say, okay, BTC is like on a bull run since like 2009, and it's not going to do those 5-way structure, dropping 0.618 and stuff on. It's still valid, because if you take a look at the stock market, we're not moving that way. Okay, BTC could be just moving like the stock market, like just be on a permanent bull run, just like this, right? So, but you take a look at it on the bigger picture, we still like got a chance to at least retest like a 3K area if like we get another rejection. If we get another rejection from this angle, okay, we got a nice parallel channel. Right, so we got a nice channel in this area. So if like we make another U-turn, right, if like we make a U-turn and get rejected anywhere around this area, we could possibly be dropping to this lower end of this bound this area. Okay, that's nothing to do with Elliott wave. It is just like channeling, and then we could be definitely making this way our way down. We could be making our way down to like a lower 2000 to like a 1500 range. So, but let's see how it is going to play out. But at least for the short term, I'm starting to be bullish. Anything below 5K, 6K, 5K, I'm definitely looking for a reversal pattern. And let's say market wants to prove us wrong, and then we break out, we get a nice breakout from 14K. We're just gonna change our mind and take a look at the bullish scenario. If volume is big enough, we're just gonna stay bullish and take it to the upside, 16, 20, 30, whatever, right? So your macro view, we're still in the 3rd wave. I mean, if you take a look at the you might not be checking out the BLX chart, right? Go ahead and take a look at the BLX. If you take a look at the BLX, we got a clean 5 wave. I used to take a look at the Bitstamp, but Bitstamp is not like it doesn't have like the entire history. So to me, that's a 5 wave, right? So, but if you go on Bitstamp, yep, on Bitstamp you could be saying like, oh, that's a 5 wave, that's a 3rd wave, right? So you could be saying 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're looking for your wave number 5. That's the difference between the the other chart and this chart, right? So we just have to be extremely cautious at the same time, right? We just gotta be cautious in terms of our bullishness, and then being extremely bullish sometimes can be hurtful, right? So yeah, I mean, anything below 5K, at least for the short term, for me it is bullish, right? So, but we just like I said, right, you guys remember when BTC was 6K last year, right? And then most of us been pretty much very bearish and thought like 5K gonna be what, going to be 5K going to be the bottom, and we drop almost like a 20% below 5K. So over like, let's see, like over 30% below 5K. So we just have to be extremely cautious in terms of moving average. We got basically we can also take a look at it in terms of moving averages, right? in terms of moving averages, we basically retesting the 100 EMA. That's the 100 EMA right here, and then you can take a look at it when we basically got the support from the weekly 100 EMA for like almost 5 months. Right now, this push to the upside is way smaller than the 2017 bull market, so it is like a completely normal to expect like this sideways correction to be to last, much. I mean, not to be as long as this sideways correction. It could be like just 20 to 30% of this sideways correction, right? So which is just about like 30 days, right? So this one was like 4 to 5 months, so we could be expecting a capitulation just like this one, okay, just like this one. And if we get the capitulation, we can expect like the 200 MA. Let's check the 200 MA. The 200 MA, it is roughly around 5K range. All right, the 200 MA, it is roughly around like a 5K, right? And the 200 EMA, all right. And the 200 EMA, it is roughly around like 5,500, right? So this area going to be a nice area. We could be looking for another possible bottom formation, just like what we did in this area. Okay, so we could see like a price to be squeezed in between like the 200 EMA and the 200 MA, right? Just like what we did previously. So I'm definitely going to be extremely bullish as long as we drop anywhere between like 5,500 to like a 5K area. A possible drop below 5K would be still okay, right? Still gonna give us a better chance to buy cheaper BTC. So Zcash, we're gonna take a look at Ethereum next, right? So let's move on to Ethereum first. Ethereum, I just uploaded a video regarding Ethereum, bigger picture, and the macro level for Ethereum, it is kind of it is kind of bullish, guys. At least for the short term, I've been bearish about Ethereum since like almost over $250. We called for Ethereum to drop 50% at least. Okay, we said like Ethereum gonna drop 50% since like September, right? And you can see like Ethereum dropped already 50%, right? So from like a one, over like roughly this area, right, 228. Okay, it is exactly, it dropped 50%, guys, and we still got more room to drop. So we just have to be extremely cautious regarding Ethereum. So what I'm looking for Ethereum on the macro level, all right, on the macro level, I'm looking for Ethereum to basically give us another impulse wave to the upside as soon as we got the drop to the downside, right? So what I'm looking for, just like BTC, right, we got a clean 5-way structure to the upside. I'm looking for this ABC correction, right, to the downside, but the B wave going to be a flat correction just like this, right? So that's what I'm expecting our B wave to look like, at least for the short term, right? So I'm starting to be very bullish on Ethereum. Anything below $100 to basically $90 to $80 range could give us a possible impulse wave. So if you haven't watched that video, just make sure to go and watch it. It's it's in our Telegram group also, and if you can find it in our Telegram group, make sure to go to my channel and you can find it. It is only like 5 minutes price analysis, and you can see what I'm talking about Ethereum, regarding Ethereum being bullish in 2020, right? So but we're just gonna need to like a drop roughly around like $80, which is going to be great. Okay, anything below $80 is $80, it is going to be even extremely better, right? Because you gotta remember, flat correction, you can still break this the bottom right around this area and make another impulse like this, right? So but just to be safe, I think like anything below anything around $80 is great for Ethereum. So Yeah. Thanks a lot, Jim. I mean, I like to get like a point. I mean, other perspective also, right? So, but we will see. We will see. We at least both agree like a 2020 going to be bullish, at least for the short term. We both agree. We could be getting some bullish momentum in 2020. It's just like, we just have to be very cautious if we retest like 11 12k, and most of us going to be expecting like a 20,000 30,000, stuff like that, right? That's why we just need to be cautious, right, and protect our capital. So basically, let's move on to King XRP. Guys, as you can see, guys, XRP is not looking bad at all in terms of both in correction and both in Elliott wave and channeling, right? So you can see we can either look for XRP basically to retest the bottom of this channel, and anywhere around like roughly 14 15 down to 13 cents, even 11 cents range. It could give us a nice possible run up to the upside, right? But I'm not gonna wait exactly for XRP to retest like 80 cents to a dollar, anywhere around like this channel, which could be like anywhere around like a 25 to 30 cents. If you buy at a 13 14 15 cents, you got to take profit in this area. So not to take any risk looking for 80 cents and be very disappointed, right? But anything above anything below 18 cents for XRP is basically very accumulative, okay? And I've been saying it since like XRP was like above like right around this area, okay? As soon as we broke like 39 cents, stuff like that, I've been calling for XRP like 15 cents, right? So most of you guys thought like XRP will never drop below 20 cents, right? So in terms of Elliott wave, we got a nice clean three-way move down, right? We got this move 1 2 3, and we got another impulse A wave, right? Another very big move, right? And then we got this we got this move, right? So we're looking for the next move down, okay, to be to complete at least for the short term before we look for any further move, okay? We're just looking for this move for XRP to complete this move, and then before we look for this reversal pattern, right? So before we look for this reversal pattern, it can go all the way up to 80 cents, even break it, but the safest thing is like to take a look at like different perspective and take the safest one and take profit at 25 to 30 cents instead of waiting for 80 cents and $80 and stuff like that, right? I'm not saying it cannot go above like 80 cents, but the best scenario is like to start taking profit 30 cents and then maybe like take profit 40 50 60 every time we can make another 20-30% move. You take profits, right? So but XRP could be very bullish in 2020, right? Could be very bullish in 2020, and after that I'm still looking for another move down, right? I'm still looking for another move down, right? So before basically reversing all the way up, okay, make a new high, right? Maybe in 2022 2020 2021. So yeah, but at least for the short term, that's my price analysis for XRP. At least for the short term in 2020, we could be very bullish, but 2021 could be a different story, okay? It could be a different story. Salut Spencer. Thanks a lot for tuning in, Spencer. Hope you liking your forex, right? So yeah, so let's move on to Litecoin, at least for the short term, guys. Litecoin, similar move. Litecoin got a better chance to make a reversal before Ethereum, but let's see. Similar structure, just like Ethereum. We got this impulse wave to the downside, and we're looking for this move to give us another pullback before even looking for another reversal sideways correction before any type of bull run. So I don't think we're gonna get any bull run in 2020, 2021, maybe like 2022 and 2024, guys. So I know it is a long time, but you just got to be extremely cautious, because like if you guys remember back in 2017, all the analysts, they've been saying like, Litecoin 2020 gonna be like $2,000, $3,000. You don't want to fall for that. Okay, you just analyze the market as you see it, and I don't see like a bull run as of now. I don't see any bull run. I wouldn't be like anticipating any bull run. All I'm anticipating is correction, because that's what we're getting. So if like we had a nice sideways correction, start to make like some lower highs and stuff like that, you're gonna be starting to anticipate bull market. But you take a look at the 21 days chart, guys. Litecoin is looking nasty. Okay, every single candles represent 21 days. On the Heikin-Ashi, you take a look at this. How can you anticipate any bull run when you get like almost like 15 candles in a row, and you want to anticipate any reversal? I don't see any reversal until we retest at least this area of 30 roughly around $27 to $20 range, right? So but I don't see any reversal on the bigger picture. Nothing is bullish about Litecoin as of now. Okay, and I said it when Litecoin was $100, right? 107, when we got that 15% pump, everybody was basically excited. This move the same day, guys, and I told you this move, it is just corrective. Okay, we got this move, it is corrective. We're gonna drop. Okay, we're gonna drop. So, and that's what we did exactly. And I said Litecoin gonna drop at least we're gonna drop 50%, guys. You take a look at it. Okay, we dropped from like 107 all the way down to 35, right? All the way down to 35. That's 66% drop, guys. And I was expecting at least 50%, and we called it like since like August, guys, the first week of August. Over 90 days, guys, over 90 days. So, but as soon as we retest like this area of $30 to 25, I'm gonna be looking for Litecoin for a possible reversal, right? Myself, I was looking for Litecoin to retest like $7 range, but I don't think we're gonna get it from the current move. Okay, we could be getting another reversal before any further drop. At least this move gonna give us a possible reversal, or a possible bull market. We could say that, oh, we're going to be making a bull market once we start making this move, but I don't think it's going to be a bull market. All right, it's not going to be a bull market, because we haven't made any sideways correction, no accumulation. Everything been impulse, right? Take a look at this impulse. That we could make this right after that for a possible accumulation. At least something similar to that. Okay, for 2016, for about a year. Okay, so for about a year. So, and we can complete, definitely we can complete the second half of this correction in 2020, right? Because you take a look at it, guys. This entire move took 1 year. This one, like, we already completed like almost like 50% of the entire B wave. We got A, B, and C. So we could complete like then within the next 12 months, we could just like get this wave. Okay, the second half, right? We could just get the second half. So yeah, I mean it's not looking good at all. I don't see anything bullish on the bigger picture for Litecoin, right? So let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, we talked about it we talked about Bitcoin Cash for a possible reversal and make a new not new low, but a low high. So that's a 2 days chart. Let's take a look at it on the daily. we talked about this move when Bitcoin Cash was dropping, right, guys? We said we're gonna make this move, right? Exactly. This move is just 3, okay? It is a 3-way move. It is just corrective. You can call it a expanded triangle if you want to, right? You can just take a look at this move, and then you're gonna expect it to drop. But as of now, we got a impulse, right? This is just corrective, right? And then we most likely gonna drop, okay? We're most likely going to drop lower. We're gonna drop lower, guys. And target to look for to the downside is basically could be looking for roughly around like in this range of 150 all the way down to like 112 to 111. And I showed you multiple times one of the reasons why I'm looking for like a low $100 range, because this move, it is still part of the previous correction. So this correction is not done, right? So you can just anticipate like a swing low to swing high from like a 162 all the way up to $300. 1.27 gonna be 143. 1.618 going to be like roughly around like a 116. So, and if you do your swing low to swing high from like a 74 all the way up to $500, you can see 1.618, nice confluence with your 0.786, right? So we could be facing much lower numbers for Bitcoin Cash, right? If the bulls don't want to show up, right? So at least for the short term, that's what I'm looking for Bitcoin Cash, right? So I don't trade Bitcoin Cash. I'm just analyzing it because it is basically a very easy chart to pay attention to, right? At least for the short term. So hey, what's up, K4 Liberty? It's all right, man. A day is just a day, man. December 31st, January 1st, it's the same day, man. It's just different year, so it's the same thing. So we already talked about Bitcoin Cash. We are looking for Bitcoin Cash to definitely make some not definitely, but could be making some new low, right? So let's take a look at it on 12 hour. Yep, on the 12 hour, we already got the reversal pattern. You can see big tail, big wick, small body. This move was just, guys, corrective, and as we said it when Bitcoin Cash was pumping. So you can see we got the reversal pattern, big wick, big tail, small body. So the dominant volume right now, it is red, and you can see it. So in order to push the upside, we're going to need a dominant volume of green, okay, a green buying pressure. So this just confirm our bias. We could be facing much lower numbers for Bitcoin Cash, but just watch out. As now as we retest like 171, we could face a nice pump again, right? So just in case you are looking to short, if like we break 170, we could get another pump, right? So great, man, you've been killing Bitcoin Cash. So let's take a look at Zcash. I'm just gonna call it I'm just gonna make it a very short live stream today, guys. So already like 30 minutes. I like Zcash BTC better. All right. So Zcash been very accumulative, right? So let's do this. Yep. All right, Zcash already got got the pullback. I think last time we talked about Zcash, we were looking for Zcash to pull back, right? So if I remember well, that's what we said, like regarding Zcash, with this falling wedge, and then looking for this move. So we already got this move, and then a very strong sell-off. So we're just gonna need to wait for support. It's no sign of reversal as of now, and this wave was just a corrective from the the downtrend. I don't see anything bullish as of now. The volume is pretty big. As we dropping, we making like a big volume. So from the top, actually we started like making big volume. Can we get another pullback? Yes, we can get another pullback, but as of now it doesn't look like a reversal pattern, right? It doesn't look like a reversal pattern versus BTC. So but we just have to be very cautious breaking this area of a support. If like we break this area of a roughly 0038 range, roughly 0037 for one, we're definitely going to be facing major sell-off to the downside, right? So let's be cautious with basically not Z Classic, but Zcash, right? Let's just be cautious with this descending triangle at the bottom. So should be a reversal pattern, but it's not looking good, at least for the short term for the bulls. $2020. So I will check the title again. So alright guys, I just wanted to make it a very short live stream to give you guys a detailed analysis for BTC and what we're looking for. At least for the short term, we could be facing some more sell-off down to like a 68 to 65, right? And 68 to 65 with no Elliott wave, it is just about like a 0.618. So you really don't have to do too much, right? It is like a 6950. It is like a 0.618 of the entire move, right? And basically 0.618 of the most recent move, it is like a 6980 to 6950 range. So we could be temporarily getting a possible support in this area for just for a second before continuing the downtrend, right? So but we're not looking good at all. As if you want to be bullish, the bull's not looking good. All right, it's not looking good. And I wouldn't draw this as a falling wedge. Just draw it as a descending triangle. Be safe instead of looking for a reversal, because if you draw it like this, you're gonna be looking for a reversal, right? You're gonna be looking for a reversal. So you're gonna be like, oops. You're gonna be like, oops, we got a falling wedge, and then we got a 70% chance of breaking out, right? So just be cautious, right? So let's take a look at ADA. I think ADA is still holding just about just about like a 470, so 460. So it is still holding strong at the bottom. So let's see. I'm still bullish on ADA as long as we just maintain this support line. I'm still bullish. Can we retest like a can we retest the support line? Of course, yes, we can retest it, but it could be it could give us a good advantage of making some some high lows in this area and respect this trend line before making another big move to the upside, and then break this trend line and retest like a 650 range. I'm still looking for this 650 range before any before any sell-off, right? So but we just have to, of course, maintain this 450 to 460 range, at least for the short term. So thanks for the combo. Thanks a lot, man. Link, let's take a look at Link, guys. Link USD, guys. I told you when Link was like a 350, we're gonna be dropping much lower. Don't be too bullish on Link, right? So Link give us a pushback, a triple top in this area first that's what we were expecting, this move to drop when we made that impulse wave. When we tapped right around $5, we basically said like a $5 was the top, right? And then we dropped, we said like we're gonna make this move, we did, and then I said like, you know, we most likely gonna retest like a 250 range, but we retested 250 range, but you know, keep pushing up. I was thinking like we're gonna drop from this area, right? But you know, we made a top formation after we break that area. Okay, that's what you were saying, like we made this top formation, and I was like, that's it guys, that's you know, that's my signature move, right? So especially after a nice run up, sometimes when you make this signature move at the bottom, it is very bullish, like a Ethereum. You know, when we, you know, Ethereum made this move and made this you know, side of some sign of a weakness, and then I just pushed it upside, right, at the bottom. So but at the top it is basically very bullish, very bearish, you know, very bearish. And I showed you why it was bearish. We got it on XRP, we got it on BTC multiple times. We shorted BTC just by, you know, this pattern, right? So, and we did that for I think for this coin Telos also. We called for Telos tapping out just because we made this pattern also, right? So very powerful. So Link, I'm starting to you know, be very bearish on Link, and not very bearish, but at least for the short term, right? We could be at least retesting this area of $1.50 to like a roughly $1.30 range. Okay, $1.50 to $1.30 before looking for any further possible push to the upside again, right? So, but at least for the short term, we can be facing we definitely got more chance of you know, retesting like a 142 to 130 range before any reversal pattern, right? So, but we did say like be cautious with Link. As soon as we hit like a $4.50, we said like, guys, be cautious now, you know, be extremely cautious. Do you think like a BTC will reach like 100,000 ever? I mean, you never know, man. BTC started like with, you know, under $1. You know, we hit like, you know, 20,000. You can't say never, right? So let's just be cautious, and if you're holding for the long term, you're holding for the long term, right? I cannot tell you like we're gonna hit 100,000 or we're gonna hit like a $1 million, right? The numbers out there, we definitely, you know, the numbers saying like we can hit it, but I cannot say that, oh, we're gonna hit like a, you know, 100,000 in, so, you know, in 2021, 2020, right? But as of now, the chart is basically just calling for a pullback, but it is not calling for 100,000, right? So you gotta be extremely cautious, guys. So we all want BTC to go as much as high as possible, but we just have to be very cautious regarding our investment and not to be too bullish. Expect like a $1 million BTC within the next 2 years, and you're gonna be very disappointed. So XTZ, Telos. Telos. Yep, Telos. Let's take a look at Telos. Hit BTC. Yep, Telos. We talked about this Telos. You know, that's the same pattern we talked about with Chainlink. It is pretty much very similar. It's Telos BTC, right? So you can see it on the weekly. I was saying like let's wait for the weekly time frame to give us some reversal pattern, because basically the weekly was bullish, and I said like we don't have any bearish pattern. I mean any bearish signal so far on the weekly. It was like just about like 3 weeks ago, right? So now you can see we're getting some sell-off, right? So, and I was like, be cautious, because we're making a top formation, just like a Ripple XRP, Chainlink, BTC also made it, and some other coins, right? So, and I showed you it is basically it is not that bullish, so we just have to you know, be extremely cautious. But as soon as we break this area, guys, it's not going to look good at all, okay, which is roughly in this area, right? So if we break this area, it's not going to look good at all for you know, for Telos, okay, which is like 80, roughly around like 80 cents, right? So roughly around 80 cents, so which is another 30 to 40% drop, right? So let's take a look at it. Yep, which is another 30% drop. So it can definitely like a drop another 30%, especially when you're expecting BC to drop 20%, right? So it's not going to be a big deal for Telos to drop that much, right? So all right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. Pretty exhausted today, so let's see what BTC gonna give us within the next few weeks. January gonna be very volatile, so be cautious out there, guys, especially from the 7th to the you know, 12th. It could be very volatile, so you know, all the bigger time frame are calling for a sell-off. If like we don't get it, we don't get it, but the bigger time frame are calling for a sell-off, so before any reversal, right? So at least for the short term, that's what I see on the chart, right? But let's see how it is going to play out. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching, man.